Folks, this is video number 29 for the playlist, which is devoted to 3D Experience CATIA, the generative shape design application. I will be looking at two icons, surface tab, creating a sphere primitive and a cylinder primitive. And when you end up with generative shape design, uh, if the surface tab is selected, then what you have here, creating certain very simple surfaces. One of them is extrude that I've already made a video, and then there is revolve, same thing, I've done a video for it. And now we're going to be combining the sphere and cylinder into this video. Here is some information about these two primitives. And if you click on the sphere tab, you get this. There's a few things that have to be filled out. It's fairly straightforward, except for this axis that we may want to look at. And even cylinder is very simple. In fact, it's a bit simpler than sphere. This is a description of creating a spherical surface from the online documentation. But, notice that there is a reference here to access box. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do the cylinder first. So let me go ahead and, first of all, I'll make a point, an arbitrary point. So let me go ahead and go to wireframe, a point, any arbitrary point. I'll do it on a plane. It really doesn't have to be. There we go. Here's a point. And then I'm going to draw a direction. Okay, so on the vertical plane, I'll draw a line and a slanted line. So that's going to be my direction. Okay. Now, why don't we go to the surface tab in the ribbon below and select the cylinder. Notice it's asking for two things, the center, several things. The center of the cylinder is this point that I created. The direction of it, I'm going to use this direction. Notice that with these default radii, it creates the cylinder. You can make it symmetric like that. Okay, that's fine. Now you can change the radius. You can change the starting and ending points. It's fairly straightforward. There's nothing to it. And incidentally, if you don't select a direction, you can probably take the vertical direction as the Z direction as the default. So let's actually go ahead and check it out. I'm going to delete the cylinder here. Check it out. So again, cylinder, and this is the center. Actually, notice that you have to select something. Okay, it won't take the default. So let's say for example, the x-axis. There we are, global x-axis, etc. So everything is the same. It doesn't take the default, but yeah, good. That takes care of the cylinder. Let's go ahead and do the sphere now. I still have my point, and I have a direction, but you'll see that there will be an issue here because this direction is not going to do the job. We'll talk about it in a minute. So click on the sphere tab. Okay, it asks for the center, no problem here. Okay. Now, don't let this thing bother you. I'm gonna turn this thing around. Say okay. Double click on it again. Notice that is an artifact, or maybe a bug. I don't know. It shows up the first time. Now, I didn't select the axis, but so what it does is selects the global x-axis by default. Now here, you can go ahead if you want this thing to be oriented in some other direction. We have to do a little bit more work. Okay, So first of all, this is the radius. This is the angle that it closes. You can see that. Meridianly and azimuthally. Okay, and if you want a full cylinder, not cylinder, full sphere, you just click on it. All right. Otherwise, you select it based on the numbers that you put in. Okay, so let me make it, for example, minus 100, minus 90, minus 90. See what it looks like. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go to minus 100, minus 100, it says I can't do that. I mean, basically, it should be minus 92 plus 90. Anyway, so the question is, what is this axis? Now, notice that if I want the axis of this thing that I'm making is to be aligned with that, I go there and I can't pick this. I can't pick this. However, it gives you the option of creating an axis system, and you click on it. I want to create a local axis system. So the origin of it, for example, I select this point, and the x-axis or z-axis, whatever you want, to be aligned with this line. See this? So now, once I do this, then I can select this axis. So say, okay. Notice that axis system one has been created, or we created it, and this is the axis of the sphere is along that direction. Okay, let me play with this. You can see that. Okay. Now, one thing we want to do is, can I see? This is an artifact. You can see that. Try it again. It's terrible. Okay. Now, if I want this thing to be, if I want, notice that it is done along the local Z axis that I want. Now, if I want this to be lined up with that, along that line, what I need to do, I go to this axis system, and for the let me clear the selection, no selection, okay? For the Z axis, I select this. I notice that now it is created along the z-axis of this thing that I made. The moral of the story is that when it comes to sphere, it wants a z-axis. Either it can be the global one, or it can be one that you created, and the direction of it is whatever direction that you desire. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Fairly straightforward.